Welcome back to another episode of Alestletics. I am Sam Mirren, joining alongside it was Audrey Orenick, and today we have two very special guests here joining us in studio from SIUE Club Sports Volleyball, both the men's and women's programs. Both presidents, Brianna Hewing and Devin Beaty, joins in studio today. Guys, how are you doing today?
Pretty good Friday, ready to start off the weekend.
Yeah, I'm mentally checked out.
That's valid.
Do it.
Wow, that's the most real anyone has ever been starting on a show. Well, we really appreciate having you guys on. Audrey and I have talked about it in the past. We really want to get more club sports on. Was it last semester when we had Ultimate? I keep bringing this up. But
I have no idea.
I don't know. Sometime in the past, we had Ultimate Frisbee join us. This semester, we had SIUE Hockey join us at one point. Now we have SIUE Club Volleyball. But technically, it's two because it's men's and women's. So we'll say our four club sports teams now have joined the podcast. But not that we're keeping track or anything. But just I kind of wanted to have you guys on, talk about your sport a little bit, why you enjoy playing club volleyball here at SIUE. And there's obviously I interviewed you both a couple not too long ago, and you guys shared some fun stories of like your travels across the nation. So I'd probably dive into that a little bit as well. But first, why don't we just start with like why club volleyball? Why here at SIUE?
For me, I actually played at a junior college, and I was graduating with my associates, and I was like, I don't really want to play D1. That's a lot of commitment, and I'm not that great. Okay, so I was still looking for fun volleyball time to be had, and I kind of stumbled upon club volleyball. I had to do my own digging a little bit and found out that tryouts were the second week of school. Tried out, made the team my transfer year, and then I rejoined the team as president this year. And then I am stepping down from president. That's just because I have to student teach in the spring, and that is a lot. So I'm an education major, but I do plan to retry out again for a third year.
Very cool. Devin, how about you?
For me, it was my high school that I went to never offered boys or men's volleyball. So I was like, let's give it a shot. I literally had only played like in a PE setting. So like I showed up in Converse, tried out, somehow made the team, and yeah, just played the last 4 years. And I was the secretary of the team last year, was vice president the first semester this year. Then our president transferred schools. Then I became the president. So it's been a kind of a weird journey to become
You're
the
moving
president.
up in the ranks.
Yeah, I mean, if there's something higher than this, but I'll be there next semester, even though I'm graduating. But yeah,
Rapid riser, as they say.
yeah.
Valid.
You mentioned the difference in time commitment. What is the time commitment like for club volleyball?
For women's, we only practice twice a week. It's 2 hours. I would say we require a little bit more weekend commitment for both semesters. We have 4 to 5 tournaments each semester, but it's really not bad. And it is just at the right competitive level and the right social level that you still get enough out of it, but you still have plenty of time for school, other social activities. There are plenty of people who are in sororities, other clubs, different things like that.
Yeah, I'd say it's the same thing for men's. 2 hours for 2 nights a week, about 4 or 5 tournaments. We almost have the same exact schedule as the women's team. And yeah, I mean, if I've had many times where people come to me and say, hey, I have a crazy exam tomorrow. There's no way I'm not studying tonight. So I'm like, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Just take the night off. It's not going to end the world if you don't show up to one practice. So it's very loose. It's very flexible. So pretty good time commitment, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. And you kind of mentioned about competitiveness a little bit, and that leads into my next question. So, like, if someone has more interest in competitive, or maybe they're not as interested, what's kind of the acceptance of how competitive you are joining the team?
For women's, I think women's volleyball is different than men's in this aspect of we do require some sort of volleyball knowledge play prior to joining the team. Whereas I think if men are athletic, if you can jump, and if you can have hand-eye coordination for men's volleyball, you could play.
Yeah,
definitely.
I would agree with that. Most of our B team usually starts at like they try out never having played, and our B team is usually like first or second year players. have never played before college, and so they're like really just stepping into the sport with our club. So it's a lot of learning and a lot of just getting familiar with how the game is played. So there's a little bit of like competitive drive, obviously, but a lot of our B team is learning, and then our A team is, I would say, a little more competitive, more drive to win, because we've been around the sport a little longer.
So Audrey and I will be signing up for the B team if we're
Yes.
we have to
Yes.
share that a week or two ago, we ended up playing sand volleyball with our staff, and Audrey and I are not very good. We discovered.
I would say I'm better than Sam.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Well, you're just taller than
I was
me.
gonna say I've got length.
Guys, sand is hard. I think
Sand
sand
is
volley.
hard.
I think sand's a different beast than indoor.
It
That
is
makes-
a
you know
different beast.
That makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Because I was like you. I only played volleyball in PE settings, and that was
Yeah.
a long time ago. So.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, and let's talk a little bit about kind of the vibe. Speaking of just the team play, what's the environment like with your teams? You mentioned there's an A team and a B team.
Mm-hmm.
Do they get along well, or how does that relationship work, as well as just each team on their own?
I think there's a common denominator with club volleyball, as in everyone likes volleyball now. Back in high school, someone's mom forced them to play. Some friends were like, no, come play. No. In college, you're joining this because you like volleyball, or at least that's the case for women's. Or for men's, you're kind of interested in it, so you give it a go. So there's that common denominator of everyone likes volleyball. Everyone has fun playing volleyball, and we do want to have that little competitive aspect to it. And everyone likes to travel. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Everyone likes to travel and get a fancy plaque. So there's always that little tidbit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the men's team, it's like we'll host like events outside of our practices to really grow the chemistry and the team bond between the A teams and the B teams, just so it's not just two separate entities, right? And we also do a lot of combined work at practice, so it's never like A team's only on one court, B team's only on one court. We never interact with each other. There's a lot of intermingling in practice. We'll do drills together, and that really helps with growing the sport and growing our players as well, because our A team obviously has played the game a lot, and our B team members maybe not as much, and our A team can help coach the B team and help bring everybody up to a good level of play.
Yeah. Same thing kind of applies to women's as well. We never have a separate practice, A team, B team, always combine. I would say since spring is our actual season, we still have the same practices. We still see everyone, still do the same drills. We may do more gameplay in A team, B team specific, but we play each other.
Yeah.
But in the fall, since that's our preseason, technically those tournaments are for fun.
Yeah.
You just go to get something under your belt. And that's definitely whenever we do a lot of combinations, move some people.
You mentioned you really like to travel, so can you tell me what types of places you've traveled to, and what that's been like as a team?
So definitely the farthest one that Devin and I have been
Yep.
to is Phoenix, Arizona. We played in Nationals last year there. Nationals rotates locations every year. So this year it happened to be in Kansas City, Missouri. So a little bit closer, but honestly it was really great for the bank account that it was closer.
That is true.
Flights are expensive, especially for 18 to 20 people. And I mean, what, the
Yes.
men's team has, 25
We
people?
had like 24, if you
Yeah.
include our manager. Yeah,
Yeah, so that was expensive. But
that was.
we will not delve into
Yeah,
finances.
You can leave the finances at home for today.
That's boring for everybody. But
Yeah.
I think getting to travel with any kind of team is a blast because
yeah.
you get the hotel stay, you get the dinners out, you get the fun activities. For us, we went shopping. I'm not gonna lie, we had a great day shopping, and it really does build some sense of team morale. Whenever you go spend the day together and then you're able to go play volleyball, a sport you all love, it builds the team up so much.
Yeah, that and like the drives where you're just stuck in a car with 3 other people, you can really get some good team bonding there, even if you don't mean to do it. But yeah, so we've been to common places we go all the time. Springfield, Missouri. We always have tournaments in the St. Louis area because, other schools will host them. We go to Chicago a lot to play, and then just a lot of other smaller, not really small, but other universities around Illinois, Indiana, Missouri. We'll usually attend a club-run tournament there throughout the first semester usually.
Yeah, and I would say our breakdown for fall, we try to stay local a little bit. There are one-day tournaments, and you're able to drive. But for the spring, we have 2-day tournaments. You stay in a hotel, you do the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
I think back in the fall we went to K-State, so that was a little bit further drive. We had a nice hotel stay, so that was super fun. And it was at the very start of our season, so we got a lot of team bonding in.
Yeah, definitely. I remember my freshman year, our A team went to Nebraska. They had like a 13-hour drive.
Wow.
Gross. That's gross.
I was invited to go to it, and I was like, I don't think I'm going, guys. That's too long.
Yeah. I'll just buy a plane ticket. at that
Yeah,
point.
it was a crazy commitment, and I didn't feel like it at the time.
How many people went?
We had a full team of like 11 or no, probably like 10. I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, that's some good team bonding.
Yeah,
right?
I
Maybe
mean-
maybe some team hatred at the right
Hatred, absolutely.
No, never team hatred. Maybe just team annoyance.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. There you go. No,
can
we
see
understand
that.
that. We do some travel with the newspaper as well, and that has its ups and downs 3 times. Well, you mentioned Kansas City. Let's talk a little bit about that. That was last weekend, correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did that go for both of your guys' squads, and what did you take away enjoying that?
Women's team did really, really well. Our A team won the silver bracket. So we compete in the D2 division, and there's 5 different levels. So gold, silver, bronze, copper, flight. And we got first in silver. So that was really great for our A team. And then for our B team, they got second in bronze
Oh, wow.
for D3. So
Very
that was really, really good.
Well, congratulations. That's
Thank you.
exciting.
Yeah, men's team, we were in Division 2 as well. We made it to the bronze bracket, and we played the Navy.
Oh, no.
What?
We played the Navy.
Wow.
We
The
lost to the
Navy.
Navy, but yeah, we still had a great weekend. There was a lot of great gameplay that happened, and I'm really happy with how it turned out.
I think there's no shame in saying, yeah, we lost.
We
to
lost to the
Navy."
Navy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Did you get to talk to them at all?
Yeah, I was like, "Where are you guys from?" And they were like, "We're the Navy." I was like, "What does that mean? Where do you guys go to school?"
So that's when you say, so you guys like SEALs and training,
Yeah.
or like
We're the Navy.
Yeah,
I cannot imagine playing against a Navy SEAL.
dude,
that would be crazy.
they walked up. They're all like 6'4", jacked, and we're like, the average height of our team is like 5'10". It's
Wow.
crazy.
I'd been like, did you guys pull up on a ship or like?
Oh my
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, to Kansas City, Missouri, pull up on a ship.
I mean, hey, you never know. I guess.
travel by boat, I guess.
They're skilled in it. They get paid to do
I
it.
guess
Yeah, I
they
mean,
do,
yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, who pays for them to be at
I
nationals?
have
The U.S.
no
government?
idea.
Wow.
I have no idea.
I would think so. I guess. Yeah. I mean,
Taxpayer dollars
Who
go
do
into
they, who
the-
do they
I mean,
play?
technically, all university, well, besides private, are taxpayer.
Yes.
In a stringent way, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, that's crazy.
Quite an
Yeah.
interesting team.
Yeah.
That's when you'd be like, so can we take the Coast Guard or
Yeah.
anyone else?
I think 2 years ago we played the Army as. Oh no, we didn't play Army. We had to ref the Army's game, and they were
Wow.
just as gigantic.
Oh, I bet.
There's
Yeah.
not a Marine group, is there?
I didn't
I'm-
see one. There's Air Force though. There was
Okay.
Air Force.
Yeah, I think Marines and Coast Guard, they have, if they do, they even their professional, their Division 1 athletics is smaller than those three. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's really weird and interesting though.
Yeah. It was something.
If you would ask me going into this show, did you ever expect Navy and Army to have club sports in tournament?
Yeah.
I would have been like, no,
No.
not at all.
Not a chance.
No, Division 1 maybe. Club sports seems kind of out of reach, but hey, you know what? Good for them. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a fun trip to Kansas City. But can you talk a little bit more about the Phoenix one? Because I remember you guys saying, or when I did the interview with you prior, that it was a really cool experience, and what I believe where it was played was somewhere really fascinating.
So when each of these tournaments holds a national championship for D2 and D1 men's and women's, and they pick a really cool arena to do it in. So we got to watch the national championship game in the Arizona Diamondbacks baseball stadium. They put a court down on the
Yeah.
field, and everyone got to pile into the stadium, and it was awesome. My only complaint, which was a very, very niche complaint, I couldn't hear the volleyball. So whenever you're in a
Yeah.
gym, you could hear contacts of passing, setting, hitting, ball hitting the floor. When we were in the stadium, it's so big and open that you couldn't hear it. So
Yeah.
I was a little put off.
I was disconnected a little
Yeah,
bit.
I'm watching and I'm like, where's the sound?
It's like watching a silent film.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like they muted the game. It was weird.
That's
to watch.
crazy.
Yes. But and it made us feel tiny. I felt very minuscule. And I don't know if I could have played on the actual field because I think it was between home plate and first base. They put the court in
Yeah.
between there.
Wow.
But it was still awesome.
Yeah, we were like lined up on the first base side, and the seats were like deep in back. Like other stadiums we've been in, the seats go up, and you can actually like look into the court from like a more top down angle. I was kind of like sitting behind 2 rows of people. I had to like peek my head around a few times, like where'd the ball go?
Yes. I also will say, so one of our women's team players, her mom's a ref for this tournament, for like national tournaments, all of our conference tournaments, and she was awesome. Her name's Pam. I love Pam.
Shout out Pam.
Shout out to Pam because she got us basically really close to the court at the Arizona Diamondback Stadium.
You still couldn't hear it. That's crazy.
And and we still can, yes.
Yeah.
But someone tried to kick us out, and she goes, "No, they're all my family. They all stay." And I was like, "Yes, Pam.
Go Pam.
Go Pam."
Go Pam.
Well, thumbs up for Pam, dude. Like, gotta listen to this episode just to hear all about Pam. Oh, that's really cool. Well, I guess before we kind of shift gears, maybe talk about, obviously you are both stepping down from your president's roles at the end of the semester. Maybe some reflection on that time, what you were happy with over that, maybe what you wish could be improved as you're walking out the door and it's no longer your problem.
That's
just kinda
fair.
some reflections, I guess.
I think overall, me and the exec board worked really well. Some of our key things was being a main and constant communicator and making sure the whole team had all the directions and the room requirements and their stuff and their jerseys and just having constant communication to what was going on. I feel like we did that pretty well for the majority. And I would say that I would spend a lot of time planning practice with the exec board before practice. So our practice ran pretty smoothly, and I felt like we spiced it up a little bit. It wasn't the same constant cycle of practice every single time, which can get kind of boring whenever you practice twice a week.
Yes.
I also think both of our teams worked really well individually and together, if that makes any sense. So having that team morale as a whole was really important for us stepping into the role. And in terms of just some building area, this is I wish we could take more people, if that makes sense. I know we had 40 people try out in the fall, and we had to cut half of them just because teams of 10 and 10 work really well for women's, and I want everyone to have some sort of playing time. For me, whenever I start getting 12, 13 people per team, I can't get them in. Yeah. And when they're paying some dues to play, I want them to play some. So maybe in the future adding a C team that competes at a very local level but still gets to practice with us and be a part of the team, and always getting more people into club sports is something that I would strive to help and to help the new exec board do as well. Yeah.
I think for the men's team, one of the greatest things I saw was like the building of a team over the entire year. Last school year, we had a gigantic graduating class. We had like 8 players from both teams graduate and didn't return. So it was like almost a fresh roster, save a couple faces that were returning. And so starting the year, it was a little rocky. We had to work on building that team morale, that team chemistry on both sides, like A and B team. And I'm really happy with how it turned out by the end of the year. It was night and day difference between what I remember seeing in the first semester and how we ended up at our last tournament and nationals here. And I think one thing that we could do better, like Brianna said, is just try and get more people into the game. Like I said, I started playing volleyball in college, and I became the president of the club. I think that is a great thing to try and encourage and build on for the program as we keep going. So always just trying to keep the interest in the sport from the men's side and allowing people to try out and keeping the roster at a healthy level so that people can grow and return in the next years is always something that I think is very important for us.
Well, thank you guys. We appreciate you. And if you're not convinced to at least try out, then you should check it out if you're interested in volleyball for either men's or women's sports. And there's all kinds of club sports here. You can check that out on the SIUE Club Sports website. Shifting gears a little bit, we have SIUE baseball. Now 17-15 overall, 8-1 in the Ohio Valley Conference, which puts them first overall. They no longer have a perfect record, but this weekend they are playing Little Rock, who is right behind them in the standings. They're tied for second. They played Little Rock yesterday. Obviously, we're recording on Friday, so we don't know the outcome of that game. But today, on Saturday, they will play Little Rock again at 2 p.m. and tomorrow on Sunday at 1 p.m. Softball also kind of on the downward trend. They had a great start to the season. However, they are now 15-23 overall, 8-7 in the Ohio Valley Conference. They are not first. They are
fifth.
They are fifth. And they are tied with Lindenwood, and they're playing Lindenwood today twice, one at 1 p.m., another game at 3, and then they'll play Lindenwood tomorrow.
And then tennis is 13-2 overall, and a clean sweep with 4-0 in the OVC, of course, ranking first. They are on an 8-game win streak, and they play Western Illinois today at 1 p.m.
That's correct. And Western is just behind them with
Yep.
a 3-1 record in the Ohio Valley Conference, so a very good test for women's tennis. Hopefully they can overcome and remain perfect in the Ohio Valley Conference. But, Audrey, thoughts on baseball dropping their first game?
What? It's just one game. They're fine.
I know, but it's still one game.
Well,
Top of the Ohio Valley Conference, but for how long?
stop.
No, they'll be
They're fine. I think they're fine. It
I
was
agree.
one game.
Yeah, you
It's not like it's going to ruin anything. They're still at the top.
can't win them all, I guess. I don't know. I was hoping for it a little bit. After going 7-0, you just kind of
It's
expect
okay.
it.
We got tennis.
You're right. We do have tennis. Tennis is perfect still, and I think they'll remain perfect.
I was going to say they will be perfect.
No matter what, win or loss, they'll just be a perfect team. Well, real quick though, I do want your thoughts on softball. Obviously, they started with a 4-game win streak to start the season in conference play, that is, and then recently we've seen kind of the downward trend, which is not what we predicted. We predicted the opposite, where they might start rocky and get better.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
I do know that there is some injury. So I think it's just a bit of a disconnect again.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, those injuries can be offsetting and kind of ruin the mojo, I guess.
Yeah.
So, and if you don't have mojo, well, that doesn't help. So,
Okay.
well, I mean, they're a new team. We've talked about that before. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. Obviously, check out the scores or watch the game live on ESPN Plus, whatever your little heart desires. We will be back next week to talk more about the Ohio Valley Conference as baseball and softball move in towards the latter days of their schedule. And tennis will be, I believe, in the playoffs by next Saturday or something along those lines. So we'll have lots to talk about then. Obviously, a big shout out to our two guests. Thank you for coming on and joining us and telling us all about club volleyball, guys. We really appreciate it.
No, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and we will see you next week. Don't forget, you can tune into Alestle After Hours. That's also published here on Spotify or YouTube this morning, and we will be back with a print on Thursday. Had to think about that. We'll be publishing in print this coming Thursday, so you can pick up a copy of the paper or go to alestlelive.com and then check out this podcast and Alestle After Hours next Saturday. We'll see you again soon.
Bye.